Hello and welcome back to the Inside Podcast. A podcast by NUS ISCF. This is a podcast where we have conversation that illuminates faith and life. My name is Tarisha.
And my name is Brian.
Throughout this series, we have talked about calling, identity, and the challenges of living out our faith in our careers.
Yeah, today we want to talk about something very practical on how do we grow spiritually while working in the real world.
And once again, we're here joined by Prof. Halim. Prof, welcome back to our final conversation. Let's begin by talking about how God can work through everyday workplace experiences. Prof, have you ever felt that God was teaching you something through your colleagues or even work experiences?
Okay, so NUS is not a Christian university, it's a very secular university, and we have I have a lot of colleagues coming from various backgrounds, religions, and so on. So we don't normally, I know a few colleagues who are Christians or Catholic, but we don't normally discuss our faith in workplace. But for those whom I know that they are also believers, I know they have a high work ethics, good characters, and sometimes invited to Christian fellowship meetings like ISCF or VCF or Navigators, things like that, Campus Crusade. Yeah, so they express their faith in subtle ways. Right? So we in our lectures we cannot openly declare that you have to believe in God. Yeah, we cannot. Yeah. We can choose some examples of related to that lecture topic, for example, that is clearly biblical, instead of choosing random other things that can be not biblical. Yeah. For example, I think that's the next question actually. Yeah. Okay. But so maybe I explain the other case lah. So I was also a resident fellow before in Shares Hall, yeah, and not every fellow are Christians. Some are, right? And then we in the hall we encounter more issues, as you can say, yeah, student life issues. Yeah, that there is a lot of grace and forgiveness needed to handle certain issues. Yeah. So that is where me and a few of my Christian colleagues, if we dealt with such cases, we try to look from. Okay, students make mistake, yeah, but we give them a platform for them to learn from their mistakes. I'm referring here to issues happening in the hall that is breaking certain laws, but we exercise grace, forgiveness to bring the people back to the correct way. Yeah. So there's some possible answers for that question.
It leads us to something that Christians often talk about when it comes to the influence of Christians in the world. Prof, what does it mean to be the salt and light in the workplace, or maybe even the church community?
Okay. To be salt and light in the church community is far easier than to be salt and light in the workplace, in my case, in NUS. I'm going to use an example when I was a resident fellow for 9 years in Shares Hall. So, eventually I realized that my role over there is mostly to be salt. What's the purpose of salt? It's not to make the food become rotten easily, right? So in the hall, there are it's a collection of a lot of young adults being independent from their parents for the first time, most of them, international students especially, and then even for Singaporean students, maybe this is the first time they stay out from their house. from primary, secondary, junior college. They stay with their parents. They're under their parent influence. Now they found a freedom in the hall, living in their own space with like-minded students. So this is where some of them become explorative. There's a softer way of saying it. Explore things that they are questionable, like trying things that are within the boundary of what is allowed and not allowed. They are playing in that boundary and trying to push that boundary. So the role of resident fellow for my 9 years over there is to keep this boundary and make sure as many of the hall residents are within the correct side of the boundary. Yeah. They will always try to push it. Our job as resident fellow, is to make sure students are able to learn from their exploratory behaviors and try to, in one side we know that they want to explore the world, and the other side we need to make sure they are not breaking too many laws because of that. So during my time, I was one of the feared resident fellow for enforcing certain hall rules, like no smoking, no gambling, and now it's vaping, but at the time it's smoking, gambling. During COVID time, mask wearing and social distancing thing. So I spent most of my time in Shares Hall trying to be a salt to prevent decay.
You said that you have been a residence fellow for like 9 years. Was it like your personal choice, or was it like a mandatory thing for all?
It's a personal choice. You don't have to be a hall fellow.
Okay.
Only if you have a calling to serve on nighttime and weekends, sacrificing some of your own free time in exchange of free stay. But mostly, you are trading your night life and weekend life, managing the student population that are under your care. Not everyone can do it.
I see. So,
in your time during this 9 years, do you have some insight, or maybe like how your character have changed over time, reacting to like different kind of certain situations?
Okay. And I apply as a student fellow. I have a lot of ambitions. I want to be, I want to transform whole life into this, that, and blah, 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 more vibrant, more exciting, and so on. Optimistic at the beginning. Nearing the end, I felt that I need to recharge my battery. That's why after 9 years, I chose to step down, recharge for now. Not closing the possibility I will return in the future, but for now, and nearing the end, okay, the true salt will never lose its saltiness, right? Yeah, but there is a limit of human endurance. So 9 years is enough for now, for this season of life. And then after I recharge my own battery, maybe one day I'll come back and surf again. But for now, that's my 9 years in Shesol.
Do you think like interacting with all those different students with all the different background has like impacted you in any way at all, especially towards your character? Like, do you learn a lot from them, something like that?
So the whole students have very, very mixed backgrounds. Some are very good in their leadership skills. They become student leaders. They can run events very well. They can do performances, concerts, sports event. They can do it very well while balancing their academic duties. So I learn from them because I know I won't be able to do that even when I was younger, because I was not the type who are outspoken when I was young. Shy type. Yeah. So I learned that you can that quality, that skill set is important in a workplace also, where you are able to lead your group, be the leader in your group. Another character that is being shaped during those 9 years is perseverance, patience, because to see so many laws being broken in relatively high frequency. Okay. So it's a balancing act between whether you want to be angry or you want to be patient or being forgiving when encountering those incidents. If I never become a Hall Fellow, I will not know this. Or maybe I only hear about those, but never experience it directly. Managing a whole life is not easy.
I see. Well, after 9 years of becoming a residence fellow, after seeing the different stuff that the students do you have anything to say to like students, freshie, or whoever that is probably living in hall right now? Maybe you want to say something to them?
Join your activities. Join hall activities. They will enrich your network. They will enrich your number of friends. If there is a opportunity to take leadership position, try to take it. But by all means, try to keep it under regulation. So, there are certain things that you cannot do in the hall, and please respect that. Yeah, especially if you are a Christian listening to this podcast.
Okay, that's such a great thing to hear that you have such amazing things to say for freshie living in halls. And I guess as we wrap up today's episode, we'd love to hear some wisdom from your journey so far. So before you have given notes to those freshie, but if you could have a chance, if you could go back and talk to your younger self, are there anything you would tell them about the career and faith?
Okay, I watch so many science fiction movies, especially time travel. I like those genre. So every time you go back in time and tell your younger self this or that, you will alter history, and you will not. I will not be what I am today. Right? So I will not do that, even if we have a time machine. We don't have. So I'm going to tell the word of wisdom that I will tell to my younger self, to you all instead, younger audience. Yeah. So when you were young, you will have a lot of time to try new things, explore new things that it will be harder to do the same when you are older. So, but try to explore. Pray to God for giving you guidance, what paths you have to take in your career. There will be a lot of moments where you do not know which way to go, and this moment in time, if you take it differently, will end up with alternate reality, different future. So during those kind of junctions in life, pray to God, ask for His wisdom, talk to your friend, talk to your parents, talk to your mentors, and hopefully God will open the correct pathway for you in your life. And don't be afraid to make mistakes. During university days is time to explore. Yeah. So all the best in your journey.
Okay, those are really valuable reflections and words of wisdom from you. And that's the wrap for today. We talk about from glorifying God at work. We have talked about how to be the salt and light, and mainly become the salt. And that's all for today. Yeah, that brings us to the end of our Faith and Work series.
Yes, thank you so much, Prof, for sharing your story with us, and thank you to everyone who is listening to the Insight podcast conversation that illuminates faith and life.
See you next time.
Bye bye.